Rev up your engines! Today I'm going to show you how you can use your phone to make a car key. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I showed how a mechanic like myself can reprogram a key to work in your theft prevention car. But you need a very expensive machine to do it. Now, there's a company out there that lets you do it yourself. All you need is a cell phone. You take a picture of the front and back of your key, and then you send them that picture. It's called Tom's Key Company. And as usual, this isn't a paid ad. They contacted me and said, hey, make me keys for my cars. I'll take the pictures, and if it works, hey, I'll show the world what's available out there. If it doesn't work, be forewarned. I'll say it's a piece of junk. But, as you're going to find out, this worked pretty good. All you need is a key. You got to have a key, because I got to make a copy. If you take a picture of the front and the back using your phone, then you just email those two pictures to Tom's Keys. And then, in the mail, they send you the remote, the key that's caught, and this cool little machine, which you do need. They caught this key using my old key. Let's see if it'll turn the ignition over. It works. Now, it won't start the car because it has to be programmed to work in your car. Now, like I say, I'm a mechanic. I got that equipment, but it costs a lot of money. So, what Tom's Key Company does is they send you their little machine that programs it. Then, simply give them back the machine. Now, you do have to give them a deposit on your credit card. You get your money back from them. They're honest people. Why buy expensive equipment when you can just borrow theirs? But then you might say, well, then they can come and steal my car. No, they can't. Because the key that they send you, all it'll do is turn the key. It won't start the car. In order to program this to start your car, you do need a good known key. And here's how you do it. You get the cable they give you, and then plug it in the OBD port in here. And don't worry about having to figure this out yourself, because, as you can see, Tom's Key Company gives you the entire directions. There's even stuff on the back, so you can do it yourself. And as you'll see as I go through the process, you have to have a known good key. If you don't have a known good key, it wouldn't do any good. If the Tom guys decided, hey, we got keys to Scotty's car, let's steal it, right? They can't, because you need a known good key in order to start the process, or the computer won't accept it. You get in the car, make sure all the doors are shut and everything, then you get your good key and put it in the ignition. Then with Tom's Key Programmer, you flip it to key. We'll turn it up so you can see it better. You switch it to the key position, and you turn the key to the on position, so it's on but not running. Then within 15 seconds, you plug the programmer into the car. Then, when your red security light stays on solid, remove the key. This is your good key, the one that works. Get the key that Tom sent you, and stick it in. Don't turn it, stick it in. Then you wait for the red security light in your car to stop blinking. It might take 90 seconds, sometimes it takes a couple minutes. But once it stops blinking, then you take the key out. With the key removed, then you open the door and unplug the OBD cable. And now Tom says it'll start the car. Well, let's see if Tom's full of crap or not. Here we go, and voila, it starts the car. Now, Tom also sent me a remote, and you can program the remote too, but my original key has the Toyota original remote, even though it's 2007. As you can see, it still works, so I'm not going to reprogram that. Maybe one day I will if this one breaks, but hey, it's been working since '07. I only had to change the batteries once. And as it says on his remote, just send it back to Tom, and they give you your deposit back. Pretty cool. Now, personally, I find this rather amazing. You can take a picture of the key, the guys can make it, and check it out. Look at this key. Kind of bright. I'm in the sun. I'm hiding in the garage with my John Deere here. But it's one of those grooved keys. It's got the laser cut inside. This one fits my wife's Lexus. They cut this from my wife's Lexus, programmed it, starts her car up too. Unfortunately, her car presently is in Tennessee, and I'm in Rhode Island, so I can't show you. But believe me, it starts her car. And she's really happy, because for years, I grabbed the old piece of the key with my hand and a keychain, and I had a remote next to it, and I stick them close and turn it. Now I can actually start it like a regular car, instead of having to have all those pieces. And since they sent me a demo to try out, I didn't have to buy anything. But let's say I got one of these keyless remotes. Well, they have a fancier one they can send you to program that. You put on a deposit, and they give you your money back. So you can do some cars that have the keyless remote. This is what programs the key, and you know what it is. It does immobilizers, but check out the little sign here. X tool. So he's loaning you a miniature X tool. Hilariously enough, that's the same computer that I use to program keys in my video. Chinese company called X Tool. They make pretty good tools, but that particular tool is about $700. You put a deposit on this, you get your money back. Deposit isn't $700, I don't know, $120 or something. You just mail this back to them. As it says here, you get your deposit back. And do follow what it says. Remember to shut it off when you're done. I actually forgot to the other day, so power off. Well, you got to keep pushing it. That's why I didn't push it enough times. It was bright when I did it. Now, this particular keyless ignition is for a Nissan. And you need this fancy little Nissan device, plugs in the OBD port. And again, they just loan this to you and you give it back to them. Making your car keys using your smartphone, taking pictures of it, it's a relatively new thing. They can't do everything yet. You can look on their website, but if you want, I'll take a picture. You can freeze my video and see whether they do yours or not. Here on the back of my John Deere. Here we go. Here's some of the cars that they do. Like I say, you can freeze it. And here's some more that are coming May 2022. Or you can just go to Tom's Key Company, see what they got. I gotta say, I was amazed. I was all ready to make fun of these guys, saying, hey, these guys say they can make you a key for your car by taking a picture of it, and then they mail it to you, and I can say, oh, what a load of baloney. No, it actually works. And speaking of keys, my John Deere's been sitting all winter. Let's see if the thing will start. Here goes nothing. No wonder, look, it was built in Greenville, Tennessee. And these Tom's keys are cut in the United States. You're not going overseas. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised that I don't have to go get ripped off at some dealership or a mechanic to have keys made. And they'll say, this is very complex. It's going to cost a lot of time and money, blah, 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 blah. When guys can take a picture of it with their own phone and then follow the directions. Yeah, you got to follow them to the T. If you make one mistake, you got to start all over again. But hey, it's not that hard to do. And especially if you have an immobilizer key where it has a key that has to be cut, but it also has to be programmed. And of course, the keyless remotes. I don't have a key, so you don't have to worry about it. Unlike this Nissan keyless remote, because of course, if you push it, it does have a key where you pop out the little push button and then you can stick this, but you will have to have your old key and have this cut. They'll cut that too if you want. If you want to send that in to them, take the picture, have them cut it. Hey, I gotta say, pretty interesting idea these guys came up with. And remember, I'm back here in Rhode Island. I'll be here till the end of June, so anybody around here wants to come on by, they got problems they want to analyze, cars they want me to check out for them, and you can come visit beautiful Rhode Island. A little bit chilly now, but what the heck, the sun's out and it's not snowing. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Simon 1982 says, Scotty, in your opinion, would you buy a Honda Civic 1.0 turbo CVT? Well, I wouldn't. Honda makes good vehicles, but 1 liter is a tiny engine. You turbocharge a tiny engine, you'll get more power. Yes, but at what cost? The lifespan of the engine. They won't. They're just too small. They're going to wear out faster. That was the whole thing about the older Hondas. I see them with 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 miles on them. But they're normally aspirated. No turbo, no supercharger, no GDI injection. Just a normal old-fashioned car that has fuel injection. Not the gasoline direct injection, not turbocharging, and not CVT transmissions. I would not. That's too small of an engine. Now, if you're the type of person that drives like a turtle and you're driving in town all the time and not taking long trips at high speeds, maybe it'll last a long time if you don't beat it. But generally, you got that little engine, so you want to go, you step on the gas, and the turbo starts ramming air into it because you want to drive as fast as you can. The engine revs up higher, and it will just wear out faster. And a 1 liter engine, it's a tiny little engine. I've had motorcycles with bigger engines than that. And it is driving a whole car. And yes, there's a lot of technology in it. And yes, it can work from square one. But what's it going to be like with 150, 200,000 miles on it? You got an electric car, not that great for towing stuff. Well, there's a YouTuber now who is building a diesel dually out of a Tesla Model 3 so he can tow 15,000 pounds. Calling his diesel-powered dually the Model D. His name is Rich Benoit. He bought a wrecked Model 3, smart. He didn't probably pay much money for it. He's putting a 4BT diesel Cummins engine in a manual transmission. A stock 4BT Cummins only puts out 150 horsepower. Puts out 265 pound-feet of torque. So it's got a lot of torque, but doesn't much horsepower. So this guy says he's going to put bigger heads, larger fuel pump. But, of course, he can't put that stuff in a Model 3, a stock Model 3. So basically, he's using the body of the Model 3. He's going to get a truck frame from a Chevy square body pickup truck with dual wheels, and says they'll probably tow about 15,000 pounds. Be a funny thing, somebody sees a Tesla with a diesel engine, smoke coming out of the back of it. Now, he says it's probably going to take him a year to do it, so he's taking his time, but pretty funny. A guy driving around in a diesel Tesla so he can tow stuff, right? Americans, they got a lot of time on their hands and things to do. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.